Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. We'll start with the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos congratulates His Excellency Donald Trump on being elected as the new President of the United States of America. A memorandum of understanding is signed to develop a refinery project and petrochemical industries complex in the special economic zone at Duqm. Allocating awards for youth initiatives and scientific researches are the main recommendations of the 28th Arab Scout Conference in Muscat. And a memorandum of understanding is signed to set up touristic camps for mobile homes in a number of tourism landmarks in the Sultanate. Those are the headlines, and now for the news in details. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency Donald Trump, President-elect of the United States of America. Oman Oil Company and Kuwait Petroleum International Limited signed a memorandum of understanding to enhance investment aspects to develop a refinery project and petrochemical industries complex in the special economic zone at Duqm. As per the MOU, both parties will make a continuous partnership to own, manage and operate the Duqm refinery and the complex in the future. And the two parties will have equal shares of the project to develop a crude oil refinery and the complex. The works related to preparing and leveling of the refinery site were completed. The refinery will be able to treat almost 230,000 barrels of crude oil daily so as to serve domestic and international markets. The 28th Arab Scout Conference concluded its activities in the Governorate of Muscat. The conference was organized by the Ministry of Education, represented by the Director General of Scouts and Girls Guides, in cooperation with the Arab Scout Organization. It came under the theme Scouting and Improving the Environment. It involved high-level delegations from the World Organization of the Scout Movement, as well as 353 participants from various Arab and world countries. The conference, in its conclusion, came with a number of recommendations, namely specializing in award for youth initiatives and scientific research, as well as supporting studies in the field of environment and many others. The conclusion ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfouz al-Mandari, Chairman of the State Council. The Literary Forum announced in a press conference today the winners of its cultural competition for this year. Poetry, novel, and intellectual thought were the fields of this year's competition. A winner was announced for each field, and the competition for this year carried the name of the Omani thinker and poet Abu Bakr al-Sitari. In an initiative to raise awareness among the public to combat electronic fraud and blackmail, the Ministry of Education organized the National Campaign for Protection from Electronic Blackmail. The event was held in cooperation with the Middle East Social Consultancy and Studies Center and the Royal Oman Police. Statistics showed that 355 electronic blackmail cases were recorded in the Sultanate this year. Among reasons that led to that were disclosure of bank accounts, personal data, and being deceived by fraud advertisements on social media channels. The body's concerned stressed that dealing with those who were subject to electronic blackmail will be confidential in a way that respects their privacy. Oman Broadband Company opened its main premises at its working to establish the infrastructure of telecommunication land service and develop internet services in the Sultanate. The company stressed that it has reached to 11,000 clients within 10 months of the current year, as it's seeking to provide better services and prices and quality, as well as competitiveness among operating companies. The opening ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed al-Ftaisi, Minister of Transport and Communications. The Omani Company for Tourism Development, Umran, signed a memorandum of understanding with Oman Motorhomes Company to provide facilities to accommodate mobile homes in a number of main touristic places in the Sultanate. The touristic camps set for these mobile homes are a new concept that will enable tourists to discover Omani touristic landmarks. It's proposed that the first batch of mobile homes will be set up in the Niyaba of Al-Ashkhara and the Wilaya of Salalah, which will contribute in developing tourism sector in the Sultanate. And still to come in our news bulletin. Faces of Pearls exhibition is opened at the Omani French Center in Muscat. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. The latest developments in Fawasil project for the school students and the project of the National Center for Addiction Treatment topped the discussions of the third meeting of the National Committee for Drug Affairs and Narcotic Substances. The meeting reviewed the achievements and challenges in the media and awareness plan and training plan during the current year. Recommendations related to the report of the International Authority for Drug Control and Narcotic Substances. Under the title Towards Virtual Healthcare, a lecture was held this morning in the Royal Hospital in the Governorate of Muscat. The lecture, which witnessed the participation of a number of physicians, aimed to open new ideas of the medical education need and ensure to keep the medical profession up with the latest developments in technology field, as well as using the existing internet application to provide a speedy healthcare to all categories. The Royal Hospital held a ceremony to mark 25 years elapsed for the establishment of the Nuclear Medicine Department, which coincides with the Medical Physics World Day. The department provides diagnostics for numerous diseases, namely thyroid, kidney, bones, and nerves. The department has received in 2015 more than 5,500 visitors. It was recently equipped with the latest devices known in this field. Faces of Pearls exhibition for the artist Hafsa Al-Tamimiya, member of the Omani Society for Fine Arts of the Sultan Qaboos Higher Center for Culture and Science, was opened at the Omani French Center in the Governorate of Muscat. The exhibition included 26 paintings that belong to the Abstract Expressionism painting school, and the artist expressed that this is her second personal exhibition, which coincides with the Sultanate's celebration of the 46th Glorious National Day and will receive visitors till November 30th. The opening ceremony was presided over by Her Excellency Dr. Madiha bint Ahmed Al-Shaybaniya, Minister of Education. Sohar College of Applied Sciences celebrated the graduation of 2 batches of male and female students holding bachelor and diploma degrees on engineering and information technology. The graduates expressed their delight after years of hard work and dedication, looking forward to enrich the labor market with their skills and knowledge and help push the wheel of development in the Sultanate. It's worth mentioning that the number of graduatees reached 215 students. Lieutenant General Lindell Yam, Chief of Staff of the South African Army, visited the Military Technical College within the framework of his current visit to the Sultanate. The South African guest and his accompanying delegation were greeted by the MTC Assistant Dean for Financial and Support Services. The delegation viewed a presentation on the Military Technical College, its various facilities and modern utilities. They were also briefed on the general curricula of the college and its various technological majors. The guests toured the college's laboratories and sections. The Chief of Staff of the South African Army also visited the National Defense College. The guests and his accompanying delegation were greeted upon their arrival at the college's HQ at Maaskar Beit al-Falaj by Major General Salim bin Musallam Qatan, commander of the National Defense College. The two sides exchanged cordial conversations and several viewpoints related to various academic and training fields. The visiting delegation was briefed on the NDC, its facilities, and the modern equipment that contributes in achieving the NDC's vision in preparing the national leadership cadres. President-elect Donald Trump's campaign manager today did not rule out the appointment of a prosecutor to investigate Hillary Clinton's past practices while serving as President Barack Obama's Secretary of State, a threat he made in an election debate. TV host Trump stunned the world by defeating Democratic Clinton in the U.S. presidential election. His four-year term starts on January 20th. The FBI, which had been investigating her email practices on Sunday, cleared her just 2 days ahead of the election and stood by its early finding that criminal charges were not warranted. Meanwhile, Amnesty International today urged Trump to commit to upholding human rights, criticizing his poisonous rhetoric following the Republican candidate's election victory. Salil Shetty, Secretary General of the London-based group, said Trump has raised serious concerns about the strength of the commitment they can expect to see from the United States towards human rights in the future. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates, with chances of low clouds and fog early morning and late at night on the coastal areas of South Sharqiya and Wusta. Winds will be northwesterly light to moderate on the coastal areas of the Sea of Oman, while on the rest of the coast it will be north to northwesterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos congratulates His Excellency Donald Trump on being elected as the new President of the United States of America. A memorandum of understanding is signed to develop a refinery project and petrochemicals industries complex in the Special Economic Zone at Doha. Allocating awards for youth initiatives and scientific research are the main recommendations of the 28th Arab Scout Conference in Muscat. And a memorandum of understanding is signed to set up touristic camps for mobile homes in a number of tourism landmarks in the Sultanate. With that, we come to an end to tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, good night.